Welcome to my August 18th video update. I keep mentioning my storytelling videos and how I'm trying to get better at making them, especially before our next big trip. As with anything, it's a matter of practice, practice, practice. That's how you learn stuff, and that's how you reinforce stuff, whatever it is you're trying to learn. And I've become pretty obsessed with making short videos with my iPhone and then take advantage of any opportunity that I have. And so happens last week, my wife and I were going up the street. We drove up the street to this new farmer's market stand that is in a parking lot of a hardware store nearby. And as we pulled in and parked and got out of the car, I realized, my gosh, a lot of people here. This is a fairly new farmers market stand. So I pulled up my iPhone. I said, I gotta record this. I think there's a story here. And as we proceeded into line with everybody else, I was recording things, and there was a man grabbing some fruit. So I applied the Michael Rosenblum's from VJ.com's 5-shot method, and I took a couple second clip of his hands getting fresh squash, I think it was, out of a bin. And then I stopped using the stitching mode that I talked about recently, and got a short clip of his face. The whole 5-shot method, which usually is close up of the hands, close up of the face, over the shoulder shot, a wide shot, and then a shot from another angle. I couldn't really do that because I couldn't get over his shoulder. First of all, he was taller than I was, but I did get over the shoulder shots of the guy putting corn out, and got some wide shots of the group and some conversations between a couple ladies. I'll put a couple of those clips in here so you can see that, but I'll put a link at the end to the video itself. I ended up getting about maybe 2.5 minutes of video, stopping and starting, stopping and starting, which is a great thing about the stitching mode. And I was able to whittle it down to a little over a minute video. We came home, and I immediately started making the video on my iPhone using LumaFusion on the iPhone. And within maybe 45 minutes or so, I had something. So I got back in the car, drove back up, and wanted to show it to the young proprietors of this farmer's market. Turns out the guy who was the salesperson, at the cash register, if you will, was married to the farmer's daughter. And the farm is actually within the city limits of Lynchburg. And so as we talked, first of all, they were very excited about it, this little video, which made me feel good. And as we talked, I said, maybe we can do a longer story with this. So, go out to the farm. They put their stand up at several different places in Lynchburg, around the Lynchburg area on different days. And just really kind of make a story out of that. So that's perfect. It's exciting, but it's also a little scary because now I really have to perform. I have to make sure that my equipment is working, and I want to do this on an iPhone. I don't want to use my Olympus cameras, but I need to make sure that I have to plan what the story is. And this is a real first time real story to do for somebody else, but it'll be fun. Rosenblum's point is that if you get those shots, close up the hands, close up the face, over the shoulder, wide shot, and then another angle shot, and you sequence those together, a bunch of those sequences can be put together to make a story, and it's true. So you have to keep hammering that in and keep practicing, and it's a good thing to do. And the important thing is you don't pan from the hands up to the face, unless that's important in the story. The other part is that, as Rosenblum says. And VJ.com is my resource again this week. I think I've used them before, but they have an excellent program. I've subscribed to it for a year, and I've been listening to their lectures. There's tons of lectures on storytelling, on video recording, shooting, in other words, on journalism, because it's based in journalism. VJ stands for video journalist or video journalism, and journalism and storytelling. There are courses on business, and there are also many demonstration films or videos. But one of the other points he makes is when you go into a situation where you're going to shoot, you need to look at the scene before you take picture one or clip one, and figure out, okay, I want a shot of that, I want a shot of that, I don't care about that, and you want some sound. But the whole pre-planning thing wasn't going to happen here. This was totally spontaneous, and I didn't have time to plan what I want, what I didn't want. So again, that's why practice is so great, because I have at least practiced enough to know I want to get a picture of the hands, I want to get a picture of the guy's face, etc. So that worked out. So that brings me to the two concerns that one typically has when they're recording video with a smartphone: storage and power. Storage I've got taken care of with my SanDisk iXpand drive. So the SanDisk iXpand drive, 64 gigabytes. I can offload clips from the smartphone and then clear the smartphone and start over again. But I also have power covered with an Anker like lipstick size charger that you see in the image, and I just recently bought some short cables so that I can attach the phone to the charger while I'm recording, even, so that I'm not going to run out of power, hopefully, unless the charger runs out. And I figured out a way to rig this charger to my little stand. The Gorilla method with rubber bands is probably the best one. It's most secure. And so that takes care of both those things. And so finally, again, VJ.com is the resource that I'm recommending that you take a look at. Just go to thevj.com. And I'm not sponsored by them. As I said, I'm subscribed to their program, and I'm finding it very useful and very helpful. I thank you for checking in today, and I hope you'll have a good weekend. And I look forward to seeing you on the beginning of next week, on Monday or so. Goodbye.